Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello everyone, welcome back to the another tutorial. So in today's class we will discuss about the Zener diode. Zener diode is just like the simple diode. Okay, it is just like the simple diode, but it has only one different characteristic, and that is the reverse characteristic. Its reverse characteristic. So how is that different? So we will see that. We will discuss that in today's topic. Okay. Normally the simple diode is represented by this symbol. This is the symbol of normal, simple diode. Okay, this will be the P side and this will be the N side of simple diode. But Zener diode is represented by this symbol. It will you will represent this not as a straight line. You will represent it as a Z. Okay, Z for Zener. So this will be the P side. Okay, and this will be the N side. Okay, so if you draw the IV characteristic of Zener diode, so that will look like this. This will be the current axis. This will be the voltage axis, and the curve will look like this. In forward bias, it will be similar to the normal diode. Okay, so the IV characteristic will be look like this, just as we draw for the normal diode, simple diode. This voltage will be either zero point 0.7 if you are using silicon, and this will be zero point 0.3 if you are using germanium. But mostly Zener diode, in Zener diode we use silicon. Okay, why we are using silicon as compared to germanium in Zener diode? That is because of silicon high temperature and high current, high temperature and current capability. Okay, so that's why the temperature and current capability of silicon is higher than the germanium. So that's why we mostly use silicon in Zener diode as compared to germanium. So now let's discuss the difference. The difference come in the reverse bias. Okay, so the reverse characteristic will look like this. That will be different from the ordinary diode, and that will look like this. Normally, in ideal case, we consider this as a straight line like this. Okay, but practically this is not a straight line. There exists some sort of resistance. Okay, and that resistance is known as dynamic resistance. Dynamic resistance. Okay, that will be equal to the ratio of change in voltage to the ratio of current. But ideally we use it, we consider this as a straight vertical line. This will be the I maximum minimum, sorry, I minimum. And if this is the Zener voltage, okay, let's say this is the Zener voltage, okay, and then this current, that will be the IM maximum. Okay, you can put Z, that will give you Zener current, and this will be Zener current maximum. Okay, so this will be the Zener voltage, and this Zener voltage will have a specific value for each Zener diode. Okay, so now let's discuss the Zener voltage. Zener voltage for each specific diode, that will have a constant Zener voltage. Okay, constant Zener voltage, and this voltage, the lower limit of this voltage will be equal to 2.4 volt, and the higher limit will be equal to 200 volt. Like from 2.4 volt up to 200 volt, you can get Zener diode of any specific voltage value in between, that will exist in between these two limits. The Zener diode, Zener voltage is also a temperature dependent. Okay, so you should also incorporate the temperature dependent. One characteristic is that its reverse characteristic is different from the normal diode. Second one is that Zener diode is heavily doped. Now let's discuss the Zener biasing. So for proper working of a Zener diode in any circuit, okay, in any circuit, if you are using Zener diode, then you should remember the following points. The first one is you should connect it in reverse biased. Okay, reverse bias, like if this is the voltage, okay, so this will be the series resistance, and here you will connect the Zener diode in reverse bias. This will be the N side, this will be the P side, that will be connected to this negative side. Okay, so here you will connect the Zener diode in reverse bias. And now there is also one question that's coming to your mind, that why I am using this resistor, okay, or external resistor, because this resistor will limit the high current. Okay, as you see in this curve here, we will have a very high current that will flow during Zener breakdown. Okay, so when you increase the reverse voltage, okay, so it will come like this. And when you achieve the Zener voltage, then at that specific voltage the current will be too high. So if you want to limit this high current, then what you will do, you will need to install an external resistor, okay, in any circuit. Okay, so here I install external resistor, so this resistor will limit that high reverse Zener current. So the second point which you should keep in mind is that the voltage, it must have voltage across it is greater than Vz, okay, Zener voltage. Let's say the Zener voltage of this diode is 30 volt. Okay, so your voltage should be greater than the 30 volt. Okay, so if the voltage is greater than 30 volt, let's say if this is 50 volt, so this voltage is greater than the Zener voltage. So this, let's say we have an external resistor which is connected in parallel across the Zener diode. Okay, and I want to protect this resistor. So if you want to protect this resistor, so what you will do, you will install a Zener diode in parallel with this resistor. And let's say your target is, you want to keep the voltage either less than 30 volt, okay, or equal to 30 volt across this resistor. And if you increase the voltage greater than 30 volt, then this resistor will get destroyed. Okay, so what you will do, you will need to install you will take a 30 volt Zener diode, okay, and you will install that in parallel across this resistor. So this Zener diode will maintain a 30 volt across this resistor, and the left 20 volt will be dropped across this external resistance. Okay, so have voltage across is greater than 30, greater than Vz. So if the voltage across the Zener diode is greater than the Vz, then the voltage will be, then this Zener diode will limit that voltage up to Vz. Another point is, it should be in a circuit where the current is less than Iz maximum. The current should not be greater than Iz maximum, because then it will destroy your circuit. Okay, now let's discuss its uses. So the Zener diode, you can use the Zener diode as a voltage regulator. You can use Zener diode as a reference voltage, fixed reference voltage. If you want reference voltage, then you should use Zener diode. And you can use Zener diode as a Zener diode for comparison purpose. Okay, if you want to compare any voltage, yeah, variable voltage with a fixed voltage, okay, then there you will use Zener diode. You can use Zener diode in voltage limiter. Okay, if you want to limit voltage to some specific value, then what you will do, you will use Zener diode of that specific value. You can use Zener diode for meter protection, for meter voltage protection. Okay, if you want to protect any meter against the high voltage, then you will use Zener diode in parallel to that meter. Then your Zener diode will maintain a constant specific voltage across that meter. You can use Zener diode for reshaping a waveform. So in all, these are the application of Zener diode. Now the question is how you will represent the Zener diode practically. So normally, if you look at the Zener diode, then that will be similar to the other diodes. Okay, so physically you can recognize the Zener diode by this symbol IN. Okay, IN will be written on Zener diode, and let's say that is IN 750. Okay, so this Zener diode is the 10 watt Zener diode. Okay, the power rating will be 10 watt. If IN 750 is written on Zener diode, then it means that that is the 10 watt. The power rating is 10 watt. Or IN 4000. Okay, this will also be the Zener diode. It has high power, like it can handle the high power. Power is IZVZ, Zener voltage and Zener current. Okay, now, so if you want to define the Zener diode, so you can say that the Zener diode is a reverse biased. As I told you, it is a reverse biased, heavily doped. I also discuss about this heavily. dog, silicon, or you can use germanium, but mostly we use silicon. Why we are using silicon, I discuss about that. Silicon or germanium PN junction diode, which is operated in the breakdown region where the current is limited by external resistance and power dissipation of the diode. So this will be the definition of Zener diode. Okay, you can define the Zener diode using this definition. Okay, now there is also another small topic, that is what will be the difference between Zener breakdown and avalanche breakdown. As avalanche is also occur if you increase the reverse voltage. Okay, and Zener breakdown also occur if you increase the reverse voltage. So what will be the difference between Zener breakdown and avalanche breakdown, and how you will recognize that this breakdown is Zener breakdown, or this breakdown is the avalanche breakdown? So I will discuss that in the next video. Okay, after this video you can find that this video, difference between Zener breakdown and avalanche breakdown. So thanks for watching. See you in next video. Allah Hafiz.